Hey guys, welcome in. Um, we're gonna get started soon. Just waiting for people to fill in and get into chat so I can acknowledge everyone, and I will turn on my camera for that. I already have my headphones in. We're gonna be watching a lot of things. Gonna be watching a lot of things today. So you're gonna be watching, talking, and hopefully we're gonna have a very good time in both Twitch and YouTube here. I am just gonna tweet out that I am officially live. Um, can't even spell my own freaking channel name. But I hope everyone is doing well. It is Tuesday. It is like 1:46 right now. It's gonna be like 1 in the afternoon. Technically it's 1 in the afternoon, guys. Um, but yeah, I hope that everyone is well. I finally have a light so you guys can see me even in the you know, what's over there? Oh, that's my blanket. Um, I have light so you guys can see me now. And and all that. Uh, but yeah, I'm just currently sharing stuff out. And just gonna put hi in the chat. Don't be afraid to say anything, You can say whatever you want to say. But yeah, this one is gonna be like a lot of videos that we're gonna watch, a lot of breakdowns. Especially for the Josh Barnett and Jon Moxley match, because on YouTube, if you guys don't know, I've been utilizing the community tab a lot more. I've been if you want to call it community tab slash like posts and stuff like that. So I've been utilizing it a lot more. I want to say thank you to everyone over on the YouTube side to reply to the polls, to the posts and stuff like that. I did put up a poll asking if you guys wanted me to do a live reaction to the main event at Bloodsport, or you wanted it to be a standalone episode where I break it down, meaning that I analyze it, meaning that I watch it, pause it, analyze it, talk about things. That's what we do on this channel, whether that's YouTube or Twitch. Basically, since today is Tuesday, these will always be the days of tape study. The tape study series was born for like Tuesdays because it felt just right. And I'm trying to get back into the swing of things to just watch wrestling matches and pause and talk about it and break it down and have like an analytical view of it, similar to what Stevie Richards does on his show before he created the new show that he has. But it's similar to what Stevie Richards does. I have two like good breakdowns that are up on the channel over on YouTube and over in my Spotify. Um, and I have two more that I have to put up, which I have yet to put up. I do have one on my newsletter, the Square Circle. The newsletter is called Wrestling Roots Hub, which is marieshadows.substack.com. And on there's two different or three different posts about me breaking down professional wrestling, me having breakdown matches and stuff like that. So tape study series is over there as well. I'm just trying to really what do you call it? I'm just trying to really rework my newsletter at this point. Um If you are over on the Twitch side of things, and if you have a Amazon Prime, you guys can always, for free, subscribe over to the Twitch channel via your Prime, which would be a Twitch Prime, which is free for you, free for me, and it's a win-win for both of us. If you are on the YouTube side of things, I am not yet into the YouTube partner program, so you cannot really donate anything. No super chats yet, but you guys can help me out with that by simply clicking that follow button, watching this video, watching all the rest of the videos that I have in my arsenal, and share it, tell a friend. We need to complete the 4,000 hours recommended of watch time. So that would be very helpful for you and everyone else that, would come along. And if you're watching this on the YouTube side of things, make sure to hit that like button. Likes on live streams help me out tremendously. And that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. So we are 10 minutes in. I feel like something went across the screen. I don't know what it is, but I feel like something went across the screen. Um, Let me get the actual link up. But yeah, over on the Twitch side of things, you guys can end up getting a Twitch subscription, which helps me out. Sorry, let me just tweet all this out that I am live. And then over on the YouTube side of things, because I'm not in the partnership program yet, there's always like a direct link to donate money if you want to, but I really do want to get into the YouTube partnership program. So for anyone that's still listening out there, the easiest thing you could do is hit that follow button, share it out, hit the like button on this live stream, and then comment, watch the other videos. It would definitely help me out. My content is basically about professional wrestling, and it is about giving opinions, giving suggestions on how things can be improved in the business. It's all about how to move the business forward. There are positives. We also do constructive criticism on the channel, and even in my work, I interview wrestlers. I do media press for MLW and any other promotion. I do wrestling vlogs when I get the chance to go out and travel. I do commentary for wrestling promotions when I get the chance to go out and travel. I basically do it all. I do it all. It's just me, my whole show, and my ideas and everything like that. I am not backed by anybody. I don't write for any other website there is. I do everything on my own, and I built it from the ground up, and I am so incredibly happy about that. And I'm happy that you guys are along for the ride. And we're gonna get started soon. I'm just tweeting stuff out and telling people that I'm live. If anyone has any questions, you guys can drop it in the chat, of course, because I like acknowledging everybody and talking about things and all things wrestling. We are gonna watch a bunch of like Monday Night Raw stuff and like talk about it and like really talk about it. Monday Night Raw is on fire right now. I don't really use fire as like slang and whatnot, but it's really great. Raw, WWE in general is really doing good. AEW just needs to catch up. That's all. AEW needs to catch up. Oh, I should create a post. What am I doing? Normally, like, this would be the time where I should be playing music in the background. You guys should be at the starting screen, but you know, why not? Just chill with me for a bit, just chill with me for a bit. Um did anyone have a favorite moment from Monday Night Raw? I'm really enjoying what Liv is doing, and I'm really enjoying what the Wyatt Six is presenting to us, and we'll get into that. That's going to be pretty heavy, but we'll get into that as well. Is there anything that anyone wants me to discuss? Let me know. Drop it in the chat, and then if you are watching this on the VOD, drop it as a comment. Meet it as a post. I think I put it everywhere. Um, Almost everywhere. Okay. Um, okay. So basically I tweeted it out as much as I can. I would always love for you guys to go tell a friend, let them know that I'm live, bring a friend, chat in the chat, because again, I will acknowledge you. I will. That's what I would do. Other than that, I would like to explain a little bit about my graphic, because I like to do my own graphics. Just because I could better control things and whatnot. So every single graphic that you see from me, every single merchandise that I have ever made is basically all original. And yeah, it's all from my imagination, my mind. And I'm not the best at graphic designing, but it works. And if it works, don't, whatever is not broken, don't fix it. That's what I go by for a lot of things. Like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. In today's day and age, everybody wants to fix something, but it's like, no. You really don't have to fix everything that comes your way. You really don't. If it's not broken, don't fix it. That's all. Anyway, so let me explain a little bit about the graphic. So we're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw, because Raw was yesterday, 6/24/24, and Raw was amazing. Let me just say that Raw is amazing. I am really walking away from watching WWE programming, so like Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. I am walking away very happy. I am walking away with that dopamine flowing through, and I really don't have anything bad to say about WWE. And now people will probably be against that and probably think that I'm really not fair in like my criticisms and how I talk about wrestling in general. But listen, WWE has now turned a whole new leaf after getting rid of the old guard, like most of the old guard. And now they're doing things where it is amazing. They're doing things on a very high level, Hollywood kind of drama setting, Hollywood kind of movie setting where everything is really hitting all of the notes and it's really hitting and connecting with the fans, and there's something for everyone. You know, I am for wrestling promotions to do their own thing, because eventually in wrestling you do need to carve out your own niche. You really do. You also need to stand out from the crowd, which sometimes can be very difficult because you're like, uh, why I ain't got the shoulders out today? MD, first of all, thank you for joining me on the Twitch side of things. It is awesome that I get to read your comments. Because I threw this on. I was just like, let me just throw on a Final Fantasy. I almost knocked down my mic. My chest almost knocked down my mic. But I'm wearing a Final Fantasy shirt. I'm not too overly hot right now to like wear a t-shirt, so I'm just wearing a regular shirt. But back to me talking about promotions. You know, yeah, W for my chest and almost like freaking knocked over my mic. So, you know, it's very difficult for like promotions to stand out because eventually you're gonna have to be like, well, what can I do differently? You know, WWE has the blueprint, and I understand that not every wrestling promotion out there has like the money that WWE is bringing in, the production style that WWE is bringing in, but sometimes a change in maybe the cameras that you guys invest in, maybe a change in the camera crew you guys get in, and like really tell the camera crew, all right, cool, I need you here, here, and here, and we're gonna do this cool effect. You know, you have to be a showrunner if you're gonna be very successful in this business by running your own promotion. You know, not every wrestling promotion in the indies have like a huge budget, but even people like content creators like myself and others who don't have a big budget are able to use their smartphones and their editing skills and watch countless hours of YouTube to help them create some really awesome effects, to help them create some really awesome content. And you think that they paid thousands and thousands of dollars to a really high level editor to do that, when most of the time it's a smartphone, it's some microphones, whether it's wired or it's Bluetooth. They understand setting, they understand location, they understand you know, all the effects that go into it. So, you know, I get it. Not everyone is going to have big budgets. But you can still do a lot with a little bit of a budget and what you have on hand. And this is why sometimes I don't really see that there should be excuses between a WWE product and an AEW product. MD, I'm not gonna read that. MD over here with the jokes of I like big budgets and I cannot lie. It's great. It's really great. I like that. Just because I like the song. So like, yeah. But you know, you can still do a lot. That's why sometimes I don't really like excuses between like WWE production versus AEW production. And I will say this, that I did see a stupid argument. I don't even think it's an argument. I just think that at this point, Matt Coon Music just says shit just to say shit, because I don't think he believes what he says. But that's just me. That's just me. I don't really I don't really follow him at all. Like I think I have him on mute or blocked, because like he just doesn't make sense. He really doesn't. The only reason why I'm talking about it is because of, you know, him stirring the pot by saying that WWE needs to thank AEW for pushing WWE to make the content that they're making now. If it wasn't for AEW, WWE wouldn't be having this high level quality production. And that is a lie. That that is such a stretch. That is such a stretch because even way before AEW was even a thought, right? Because it was a thought in 2019 and it came alive, and here it is 5 years later. Even before AEW was a thought, when Vince McMahon was running it, he knew he wanted it to be a spectacle. That's why we say that WrestleMania is a spectacle. The first ever WrestleMania is a spectacle. The first ever Royal Rumble and the Royal Rumbles after that, the King of the Ring tournament, that's a spectacle. Vince McMahon knew that entertainment was the way to go. When we were in the Attitude Era, all the skits that they did, having Steve Austin versus Booker T in a fucking supermarket match. That's really outside the box. So no, we're not going to thank AEW for that because there's no correlation between the two. The only reason why WWE is bigger and better is because the old guard isn't there. For the last, I don't want to say 100 years. My brain was for the last 100 years that Vince had it, I don't want to exaggerate that much because then people don't understand, people don't understand hyperbole. So for as long as Vince had it, he had it under a microscope. So if you felt throughout the years of there's nothing fresh from WWE, is because it was under a microscope. Now that Vince is no longer there, we get to breathe with the freshness, which I don't like that. Why did I say it that way? But you guys get the idea. I'm sorry. I'm just too used to on my channel always saying breathe with a switchblade. And then all of a sudden I'm breathe with the freshness of WWE. What the fuck is that? What am I doing here? But we're all together enjoying the freshness that is WWE production, but in no way, shape, or form are we thanking AEW for that bullshit. It's not AEW. Way before AEW, WWE was putting out some really fresh content, really fresh ideas. Looking back, you could say that some of it was cringe, some of it was stupid, some of it should have been left on paper, but we have it in history, so that way we do not repeat it again. So, we're not going to do that. The only reason why I brought it up is because I know that maybe somebody in the comments or in chat was going to be oh, why are you praising WWE, but you're always so negative towards AEW and blah, 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 and all this kind of shit, just because they don't really pay attention to my content. AEW has to catch up to at least what WWE is doing. They have to catch up. I'm at negative 1% in love with AEW just because shit doesn't make sense. And then I have other wrestling content creators that I'm watching, that I'm discovering, and I side with them because it's yeah, you guys are totally right about, AEW falling behind, don't know how to at least tell a good story, which, by the way, Thursday, because most likely tomorrow on AEW Dynamite, they may, put out some more matches for Forbidden Door. And we're going to talk about it. So hopefully they give us the full card I was going to say, hopefully they give us the full card for Full Door. It's going to be a full ass door. But, this is why it's fun to do things live, because you guys get this whole personality in front of you. So, what do you call it? Hopefully, after Wednesday, they are going to give us the full card for Forbidden Door. And we're going to go over the matches, even though I don't know any of the fucking stories. Because you can't just say that, oh, they used to be best friends and that's why their story, or they wrestled 3 years ago and they're picking right back up. That's not story. I really need to say this, and this is for any of the young wrestlers that ever find my page, and if this advice is good for you, that's great. If not, it's okay. Totally okay. But here's some advice. So here's some advice. If you know that your opponent is going to be your rival for the longest, right? Don't just have one match, 1 month, 3 months go by, you guys have a rematch, and commentators say that, oh, they're picking right back up where they left off. Well, what the fuck happened between the 2 months, right? So like, let's say for example, you start a rivalry in June, right, for like a promotion, and we know that wrestling promotions are like every month, right? You start a rivalry with your opponent in June. You're not booked on that promotion until June, July, August, until August, right? So in between June and August, we have July. What are you doing in July that you are keeping this match, this story with your opponent that you have deemed to be your rival for the beyond and the future? What are you doing to continue the story for commentators to bring it up rather than having commentators make up some bullshit thing that may not even be true? There are exceptions to every rule. You could have good commentators where they just create a lore out of thin air and you go with the lore and you're like, fuck it, we're going to go with the lore. But if the commentators are not that experienced to create that lore, then, you have to do something in the month of July, whether that's cutting promos, whether that's like showing up at your rivals' events and just looking out while you're in the crowd. Like, you have to do something in order to keep this going if you're not going to be booked on that promotion that we were talking about in August just to have a rematch with your supposed rival, if that makes sense. Like, you have to continue the story somehow if you know that you're going to have a rivalry with this person. That's another thing that I don't like what AEW does. And for some reason, I will admit this, that back in the day, even before AEW like was a thing, I would comment on like, New Japan stuff and be like, oh, this is from this is from that. I would connect the dots with you guys and I would tell you the whole story and I will break down the whole story and I'll break down why wrestler A is fighting wrestler B after like a rest period, and I would do that. But now I see like how lazy it is in a way to sort of be like, let's do all these callbacks, and the callbacks don't make any sense sometimes depending on what it is. But other than that, like, that's why it's important to have some type of story fill in the in-between, the silence, because if not, like, you're making commentary's job a little bit more harder. And plus, anyway, if you're a commentator, make sure you talk to the wrestlers. Whenever I'm a commentator and I get booked for indie shows, I always talk to all the wrestlers on the roster, and I'm like, hey, let me make sure I pronounce your name right. Hey, tell me a little bit about your character. Cool. Tell me a little bit about your finisher. Tell me a little bit about your moves. What do you like? What do you don't like? What were you doing, before you got here a little bit? I don't really ask them that many like personal questions. I really don't like doing personal questions, by the way, but I do go out of my way to make every wrestler on the roster feel like, they are welcome, they're worthy, they're part of the team. And I'm going to put them over as much as I can on commentary, because on commentary, it is about getting them over. It is about getting their story over. If commentators are not doing that, they're doing a shit job. So talk to the wrestlers, get to know them a little bit, and put them over. And this is why it's important, if you are a young wrestler coming up in the business, to have this stuff like ready, especially if you're going to be going after a reoccurring opponent. If you're not going to go after a reoccurring opponent per the booker, then you really don't have to worry too much. But if you feel that you versus your opponent is going to make a lot of money, sell a lot of tickets, sell a lot of merch, and fill the seats, then fuck yeah, you better like create that story with them. You better take to social media and create videos on them, talking shit about them, being a heel, being a baby face, show the fans a little bit behind the scenes of like, this is what I do during the day. And then be like, oh, I don't know what my opponent does, but you know, I'm gonna be beating him 1, 2, 3, bam, you know, and then like show off like your guns or whatever. You could be fully yourself. Like you have to play into your character. You can't just be like Joe Smith and think that the world is going to be yours in wrestling, you know, through the booking of promoters and whatnot. It's not going to work that way. You do have to work your ass off. You do have to make sure that, like, you know, you have the story that's there, because that's the one thing that's missing with AEW is that the story is you know, it's not really there, and they rely on the lazy booking and the lazy storytelling of like, oh, 2 years ago this happened. Who remembers that? Why is that important? Like, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Did I see that new Swerve shirt? Yes, I did. I did. I did. And I'm not, listen, man, this is what happens when you have Matt and Nick Jackson thinking that every single idea that they create should be a t-shirt. Whether or not it was Matt or Nick's call to have that Swerve shirt for Osprey, and Osprey should know better to not have any type of shirt like that. Like, Osprey should know better. By the way, I really do have a legit question. Did anybody consult with Osprey? Did Osprey approve that? Did Osprey want to have that? Like, these are legit questions about that shirt, you know? And the reason why, like, I didn't want to comment on it is because I don't think I have a place for commenting on it. It is absolutely wrong, that shirt. It is very like, what are you guys doing? But it goes back to the point of not every idea should be put on a shirt. Not every meme should be put on a shirt. And I get it that Osprey has, you know, this character, whether if he wants to, you know, this character, if he wants to go forward with it. I understand that he has a hit list. YouTube, it's okay. Calm down, YouTube. We're talking about wrestling here. I understand he has that kind of list, but it is still not okay to put that on a shirt like that, because it's really wrong. It's different from like Eminem doing the hit diss song Kill Shot, you know, because I don't see shirts about that, but that was a diss track. But like, I don't know. It's bad taste to have an Osprey shirt that has that's really, really bad taste. And yeah, I totally agree with MD here that people were so outraged about that little Tiffany Stratton incident, but no one said shit about the shirt. It's like clockwork. It is like 100% clockwork of like, it's selected outrage, and it's always going to be selected outrage. Like that's what it is. Because on the internet, you really can't control people. I mean, technically you can, you know, once we get to a point where the government is like, nah, we got to restrict it a little bit more, like in other countries, then people will start realizing and understanding. But for the most part, we created a free digital world, you know. That's why I stopped the platform I found you on. What? What do you mean? Are you talking about Twitter? Oh, of course we have somebody in chat. Um ah, but yeah, let me just quickly get this guy. Oh, All right. Interesting. Interesting. How do I wait? Why is it not giving me access to this? I feel like I don't know how to be a streamer sometimes. There we go. I feel like I do not know how to be a streamer sometimes. Okay, that person is banned. Um, but yeah, because we created the free world, well, the free digital world, people just want to pick and choose, you know. No, I know. It's just that sometimes I forget what certain options are to like ban somebody if I'm on like Twitch or something. So that's the only reason why I'm like sometimes I feel like I don't know how to be a streamer anymore. Plus, anyway, the number one rule that streamers always do is you know, our microphones. Sometimes we have it on mute and then we're talking and whatnot, you know, and then you turn it on. You're like, I'm a streamer because I had my mic on mute. But yeah, selective outrage is definitely like, uh, you know, I get it sometimes about selective outrage because if you're outraged all the time, it's gonna really, really drain you. But I think that we should learn as a society what is a priority to get outraged about and what is not a priority to get outraged about. But then again, that's more difficult because I might find something upsetting that you may not find something upsetting, and we may not find a common ground as to like why you're not mad versus like why I should be mad kind of thing. So it everything is complicated now with, you know, technology and all this kind of shit. It's more complicated now. Now, selective outrage is when you get mad at one person for doing the same thing you're not mad at another person for. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we have a lot to go to get through. But it was a very like first part of this you know, lovely chat. Uh I don't think that example is an example of selective outrage. The other example is is an example of selective outrage about people being mad at Tiffany Stratton for doing something innocently and like kind of funny versus the Will Ospreay t-shirt with Swerve on it. Um dude, I honestly I don't think that's selective outrage because if Lola Vice like slapped you, fine, like you might enjoy it. If Braun Breaker slapped you, that's an automatic like getting upset because it's another man slapping you and you're like, what the fuck? Lola Vice could have been like slapping you for like, I don't know, comedic effect or like, you know that girl slap like it, that I would not find as selective outrage, okay? Like it's one thing for like Braun Breaker to slap the shit out of you, yeah, you go beat his ass. But it's another thing if like Lola slapped you, like how did she slap you? You know, that kind of thing. Um I don't know. That's a better. I don't. I don't know. That's a better one too, man. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely not. Um. Okay. So I did say I wanted to talk about my graphic here. So the name of this is gonna be Summer Love, which is like Live and Dom. Like that thing has me. That thing has me intrigued, man. And I think I might fold for fucking Liv if she ever did those, did like doing what she's doing with Dom. Fucking Liv, man. I love her though. She's doing really, really well with her championship title and everything like that. Then we have like Wrestling Spooks, which is basically Bo Dallas in therapy. Um, I have not heard that song for Justin Timberlake, just so you know. I don't think I have. Um, but yeah, Bo Dallas in therapy session, man, that shit hit hard. Like yeah, dude, I listen to certain Justin Timberlake songs, okay? Certain ones. I don't think I heard Summer Love. If I did, yeah, I didn't listen to that album. Yep, I did not listen to that album. And then we'll take a look at Josh Barnett versus Jon Moxley. Disclaimer, it will not be a bashing of Jon Moxley. It will be a pause, stop, education, talk about it, breakdown reaction to what's happening. Okay. Just wanted to explain a little bit about the what do you call it? The thing. Because that's not because honestly, this thumbnail is my favorite. Because honestly, this one is like my favorite. I have Jon Moxley saying there that North American pro wrestling is crap because that's all he knows how to say is it's crap or it's bullshit. You know, it's so crap. It's bullshit. Like, dude, I know you have other words in your vocabulary. You can't just keep saying that something is crap. And anyway, like I said before in the previous live stream, that how can somebody shit on something that they supposedly love and get paid for it? Like, if you really like shitted on your job in real life, you would get fired or you'll get replaced or you'll get put somewhere else. But in professional wrestling, if you say that North American pro wrestling is crap, you still get booked, you still get a payday. Like, make it make sense. But I have talked for far too long. Let's start looking at some things. Jon Moxley is basically Biff from Back to the Future. Bro. Oh my god. Ah. Oh my god. Maria's fluent in Japanese. Oh my god. Bro, I love that I love that you come to the stream and like have me laughing and shit. Before we get into Raw, I saw a very interesting video on WWE YouTube, right? That I guess it's part of the show that it's called This Is Awesome, and the title is Superstars Describe the Importance of a Hot Tag. And I want to watch it because it's oh my god, the importance of a hot tag. You got to hear the oh shit, wait a minute. Hold on. I just realized I did not switch the speaker. Oh no, you guys could hear it. Okay. But yeah, the importance of a hot tag. Guys, today is, tape study series where you guys get to learn about professional wrestling, where I get to teach you about professional wrestling. And this is one that we get to talk about, the hot tag. No one really talks about the hot tag like that, you know? That's not it. No one really talks about the hot tag, you know? So we're going to talk about the hot tag here. This is going to be great. Yeah.
Superstar that we're following, we're entertained by, and they just come in and clear house.
The hot tag can be essentially described as a momentum changer.
Definitely a momentum changer. All right, guys, very, very quickly, if you are watching this live, what is your favorite hot tag moment? drop it in chat so I can read it and we could go over it. And if you are watching this on the VOD, drop it down in the comments below. Because man, I'm excited to watch this and see what they say about, you know, the hot tag and stuff like that. Like it gets me excited. It really does.
The one team or the opposing team can be in so much trouble, can be in trouble for the majority of the match, and that hot tag can switch the entire momentum.
It can. Hot tags are powerful. Make sure you know how to use them. Angelo over here, man, like jumping over everything.
Much needed juice, that energizer bunny. Like that's one of my favorite.
Beautiful.
I remember we had a match with Sheamus. Now he was on the apron, so me and Elton were trying our hardest not to let Sheamus get this hot tag.
Yeah. Because you got to stop it, right? A lukewarm tag will not suffice. That's right, MD.
Superstars in the company, also one of the biggest and baddest and meanest and hard-hitting.
Tag.
Oh yeah. This came in Barnum.
I mean, his accent is still thick.
Everyone experienced. As a fan, a hot tag is one of the most entertaining things to watch.
The hot tag
It is, depending on what it is.
is simple, perfect.
Okay. So I guess that was a little preview for what it means to be like a hot tag. But yo, that got me excited. Just because we don't really talk about stuff like that anymore. You know, everybody wants to talk about other things online where it comes to ratings and what's not ratings and what's fake. And you know, this company's giving out fake Fashion Nationals, and you know, for people who never worked in what do you call it, a company that deals with entertainment and networks, you know, everybody wants to talk about that. Everyone wants to try to clout chase each other, but we sort of forget to talk about the importance of professional wrestling, the importance of you know, hot tags and all the stuff that makes wrestling great. You know, they say, you know, oh, just enjoy all wrestling. But do you know what a hot tag is? Right. A hot tag is like when you get that that meme that's going around. Like what? If you're over on the YouTube side of things and if you have not hit that like button, please do so. It helps me out. It helps out the channel. It helps out the live stream. And I would be very, very appreciative. All right. So there's a lot to get to about Raw. They even have Seth Rollins' Road to Recovery. Oh yeah, that was the video package that was played. That's not anything separate. I thought that was separate. By the way that Raw opens up last night was amazing. Amazing. Because you had the Miz on commentary, you had Michael Cole there, they're talking, and then all of a sudden this guy in his leather jacket just passes by. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, who passed by? Like, who's that? Me automatically at home, I'm like, yo, it's Drew McIntyre. Like, that has to be Drew McIntyre. Yes, it was Drew McIntyre. I just love the way that things happen in WWE now, where like the camera could be like right here, but then like something would just pass or there's something happening in the background, and it makes everything feel like you're there without buying a ticket, which you should go buy a ticket and go support WWE and or your favorite wrestling promotion. But it just feels like it's natural, you know. And you know, it's a show. Sometimes, you know, when I'm at promotions, some people don't want to get into the way of the camera if they're like filming something. But in WWE, you know, Drew McIntyre is like, fuck it, like, let's go. It's really, really like, I love it. I really do. I love it. So let's watch this promo because Drew, I can't skip this.
Old Spice Total Body Deodorant gives 24/7 freshness everywhere.
Okay, I can't skip this. Probably I should have wore my my tank top because now I'm feeling hot. And I don't have a fan. So I'm suffering. Okay.
I promised my wife, my sick wife, the world title, and he prevented that, and you still chant his damn name.
I think that's where it started on Raw.
As far as I'm concerned, you're chanting his name. You are dead to me. So now you all don't exist.
Dumb shoulders.
Right to you, punk at home, because I know.
Okay, I'm gonna pause Drew because I do want to hear this and talk over him. I don't know if that should be a shirt that says dumb shoulders, but I have been, I'll tell you this, and for those listening, you guys can help out too. But I have been really thinking about going to the gym, even though I have like some stuff here in my own home that can help me, but I don't have like a gym per se. I've been really thinking about like, big up, you okay? I'm good, man. How are you, Luca? But I was gonna say that like I have Ring Fit Adventures, which I do want to hook up one day and just play and like sweat. I have some steppers. I have some 5-pound ankle weights, some resistant bands, and that's all for me. But I really do feel like I want to go to the gym and get a gym membership somehow. Just not sure how, but I really do want to go to the gym and start working out. And maybe dumb shoulders can be like a shirt to show off shoulders and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know, but that's what I eventually want to do.
Who you're watching right now.
Really?
I hope you're uncomfortable and in pain and been fed through a straw because I did that to you. I put you there.
Okay, every time Drew McIntyre says that, I did that to you, right? At home, I was like, he prayed for that. I was just like, yo, he prayed for that for CM Punk and whatnot to do that. But I don't know what Drew did last week. No, what he did on SmackDown. I don't think it would cause CM Punk to get a straw to be fed through. But for the sake of kayfabe, we're gonna keep going. For the sake of kayfabe, we're gonna keep going.
I didn't just take your dignity though, did I? I also took this.
That bracelet, man, the friendship bracelet.
Now this is worth about 50 cents.
Kayfabe.
A fan made it for you, but I know to you, Punk, it is absolutely priceless. This bears the name of your wife and your stupid-looking dog, Larry.
He's really wanting to make it personal.
You are alone, Punk, right now because of me, and in pain and miserable. And this is going to be a theme for you going forward, because I am going to enter the Money in the Bank ladder match. And you are going to watch alone and in pain and miserable.
I know, it's been personal since day one.
You lay there alone and in pain and miserable because of me. I know what it feels like to be alone. I felt alone as everybody chanted your name, as the roster accepted you, as management accepted you, when I told them what kind of person you really were.
This is so personal, so raw.
Anymore, am I?
This is like, whoa, man. This is definitely like, whoa.
Eye of your dog. Eye of your wife. Eye of your family. In my corner now, and at Money in the Bank, I am going to win that contract.
I'm going to pause it there and be like, that is so sick and twisted to be like, hey, now I have your wife and your dog by my side. They are no longer in your corner. Like, fuck you, Punk, and fuck your corner, Punk. No one is there for you. You know, all your friends abandon you and all that kind of shit. And then Drew is over here like, yeah, well, I got like the best on my side. And they're just, you know, your family and shit. Like, this is Drew taking everything from Punk. So like during my review of Clash of the Castle, where I was asking the question of, you know, after this whole thing, right? Of Drew versus CM Punk, because obviously we can agree that it does not need a championship title. Who gets the payoff and why? Like, who would benefit from the payoff after all of this? So far, like, Drew McIntyre has been doing the most in this personal feud with CM Punk, and it has been brilliant. CM Punk has been taking jabs here and there, but for the most part, you can tell that CM Punk is not really bothered by it. But I could definitely say, like, after this, after Drew taking the bracelet, he's definitely going to be like super, super bothered by it. So, you know, at the end of this, for those of you that are here live, let me know who benefits from this payoff. Does Drew McIntyre benefit or does CM Punk benefit? And for everyone that watches on the VOD, let me know down in the comments of like who is going to benefit the most from this. Is it going to be Drew McIntyre or is it going to be CM Punk? And why?
I am going to cash it in that night.
Hold on, they both benefit. What's your reasoning for they both benefit, MD? Because I want to hear the perspective.
And you're going to watch alone and in pain and miserable while I have your family by my side and become the world heavyweight champion in spite of your arse.
Again, that is very, very sick and twisted. That is super sick and twisted, but I love it. I love it. This is elevating Drew to a new level, and this is keeping CM Punk at the top of the card while he's injured. It is. So, yes, okay, I can see how they could both benefit from that. And anyway, while CM Punk recovers, this is the best way to still keep him around, keep him relevant. And I will say this too, that since I've been talking about like, you know, young wrestlers coming up in this business, this is another way to keep your opponent relevant if you know that this is going to be a longtime rival. And you got to do things that will keep them relevant. So WWE gives us the blueprint and the formula for doing things. And all you got to do is sort of like copy it, but not like all the way copy it. And, you know, the sky's the limit, you know, just improve upon it. If you find something that resonates with you and that can help you and your storytelling abilities, you can always use WWE. You can always lean on WWE. That does not mean that you fully copy them. That just means that you lean a little bit and you're like, all right, let me take this little inspiration, and you turn it into your own thing. AEW would have just made CM Punk forgotten about. Look at MJF. The Devil storyline should have done that, but it was a complete dud. Oh my god, dude. Like, I feel for MJF at this point, which is kind of weird. MJF is fighting Roosh and oh my god. Yeah, MJF is fighting Hechicero, and I'm like, I don't think no one really cares. Why is it happening? You know, MJF was the first person to be like, he's not going to fight luchadors. He's not going to fight New Japan Pro Wrestling guys, you know. MJF said that shit about the Great Khan, and then all of a sudden it's like you can't get the Great Khan over to Forbidden Door to fight MJF finally to shut him up. His name is Hechiceto. Like, you're gonna have me break out my like bad Spanish just to like pronounce his name, because to say Huchi Horchata, like, sir, it sounds stupid coming out of my mouth. God, this is why, like, I love that you're here, MD. Like, oh my God. I don't know if I should pin that on the YouTube side of things. I don't want to be that crazy with it. Um but yeah, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you can't fly out the Great Khan, you can't get the visa done, you can't get the working papers done. Like, this is something that I was going to talk about on Thursday, but I'll mention it here quickly for all of those that are going to be watching this on the VOD, that if you know that every single year you're going to have Forbidden Door, right? And I know we're jumping around and this is going to be primarily like a WWE and like Bloodsport kind of thing, but if you know that you have Forbidden Door every single year, you should be already talking to the governments of Japan and like maybe Mexico and be like, hey, we have to start the process early to get certain guys to come over to the US without a problem, get them a working visa just for like the month or 2 months. If Mina, I'm gonna fuck up her name, but if Mina from Stardom is able to be here for like 3 months, 2 months, however long she's been feuding with Tony Storm, then why the fuck you can't do it for anybody else in New Japan Pro Wrestling? AEW and Tony Khan is so comfortable with putting a contract with a fat dollar bill sign in front of the New Japan Pro Wrestlers' faces for them to sign and get them over, but he won't do it for individual New Japan wrestlers that will be beneficial for Forbidden Door. But Mina, who's from Stardom, is okay to get like 2 months in. Like, I don't get it. Okay, MD, I just really pinned your tweet because that's really creative. Even though I really, honestly, I don't like making fun of people's names, but I mean, I'll let that one slide. Like, that one sounds funny if I say it. But yeah, it just goes to show you that, like, it doesn't make sense. If you have Forbidden Door every year, you should be talking to all, parties involved, all the athletic commissions and everybody that does, like, the government stuff to get the working papers, working visas, to make sure that you have specific wrestlers come over to Forbidden Door to make it that much more better. Because again, MJF at Forbidden Door is facing, a luchador. Why? He talks shit about the Great Khan. The Great Khan is a champion now. He's a king of pro wrestling. This will be the only time I would acknowledge the King of Pro Wrestling Championship title, because I do not acknowledge that title. That title should not even be in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I blame Okada for the inception of the King of Pro Wrestling trophy and then New Japan Pro Wrestling running off with it and making it a baby blue title. And it's like, no, we don't need it. We could use a tournament, but we don't really need the King of Pro Wrestling Championship title. Anyway, all that shit that MJF talked about New Japan Pro Wrestling and the Great Khan really taking offense to it, he should be on the pay-per-view fighting MJF as a dream match, as a one-off, as a way to say that, who's better than who? What company is better than who? But again, Tony Khan is so busy wanting to sign, all these New Japan Pro wrestlers, but don't want to try to give them visas or, try to get them onto the fucking show. I rest my case. That shit bothers the fuck out of me. It really does. Nah, those people haven't kissed the ring of Tony Khan. You're totally right, MD. See, there are no benefits in AEW. Why do people who claim they want to be stars go there? I have no idea. The money is good though. Like, I would be good with the money. I'm just saying. Mina throws some D's. Shikakara. That's what it is. Okay, see, I still probably fucked up her name. It's part of the fun of wrestling for me. You gotta remix some names sometimes. Yeah. I just personally, like, you know, I was bullied when I was younger, so like I wouldn't want to make fun of wrestling in that way. But you know, the hoochie horchata thing, that dude, that's pretty funny. For example, Ricochet. Yeah, see, like, imagine if Ricochet had it spelled like that. That would have been hilarious. Plus, anyway, I think people would have remembered the spelling because I can't spell Ricochet for shit. I can't spell it. But because you put RICK space O apostrophe SHEA for people who are not seeing the chat. But if you were to write it like that, I would have remembered the spelling because, man, he's my favorite Irish wrestler. He would have turned heads. By the way, do we know if Ricochet has, like, Irish ancestry? I think I saw it somewhere that he could have, like, had some Irish in him. Do you know how they cook in Tokyo? They use J-pots and J-pans. Sir! Yo, Jesse, what's up? How's it going, man? How's it going, buddy? Nah, he's black as hell. Okay, I was just wondering. I was wondering if he had some Irish in him. But that joke, man. Do you know how they cook in Tokyo? They use J-pots and J-pans. Sir! Yeah, I could see that. I could see that Ricochet could get lumped in as being Dominican. I thought he was Spanish at the first time I saw him. I thought he was Spanish, so, you know. And Dominican works for him too, so. Man, but what up, Jesse? How's it going? How you doing, man? Okay. Let's continue on with talking about Raw because I'm having so much fun. Thank you guys for being here so much. So we saw Drew McIntyre give his crazy ass demented promo, which, you know, if I'm gonna be honest here, it's kind of hot. Okay, just bear with me. The stuff that McIntyre is doing is like really amazing work. Of course, I like to keep everything professional, but you know, I just wanted to put that out there. The tattoos, and he looks like he smokes hookahs. Oh my God, that's true. He could be a bald Dominican. He could be a bald Dominican. Oh my God. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's awesome that you're good, Jesse. But only Africans and Indians can flip like Ricochet. What? Sir, I don't. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. I do like the fact of what they're doing with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is doing really well. I can't wait for it to be like a triple threat match between Braun Breaker. I feel like when I said that, I was saying two different people's names. Like Braun is one person, Breaker is another person, but I can't wait for a triple threat of Braun versus Sheamus versus Kaiser. The Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan thing. I can't skip this ad. Oh my God! So we gotta hear the ad. I swear, man.
Thanks. You're too kind. I've heard that.
Unlimited 2% the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card.
Okay. I know you could say that, dude. It's just that it's a I don't know, to me it's a very funny and interesting statement. Um Braun Breaker versus Braun oh, wait, what? Braun Breaker versus Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed with LeBron James as special guest referee. You've been playing too much WWE 2K24, sir. That's a WWE 2K concept of a match. Oh, the VHS tape, man, that had me too, dude. I was like, oh my god, VHS is, and I was like, yo, do they still have VHSs like in WWE, like in the truck and shit like that? Like, come on, man. A VHS thing, man. Braun Bull, oh my god. All right, let's watch our. I think this is probably like our favorite segment.
Let me get this for you. Come on.
Oh my god, Liv Morgan being so cute with that laugh.
What
Your grandma still has a VHS player? I was surprised that the crowd decided to chant sloppy seconds.
if you were too afraid to fight, you didn't have to bring your man out here to get in
She
the
has
way.
two.
I'm not her man.
Dom is all like, I'm so tired of this shit. Like, why am I here? Why am I here?
You're gonna fight for the Women's World Championship.
Yeah, this is a moment of like, why am I here? I should have never clocked in today.
I want to help.
Wait, this is rich. I want to hear this. What?
Dom is like making loving with his stupid vest. Oh my god, sir.
I know you and mommy have had your differences.
I don't
Of a year.
I don't know that how accurate that is.
Guys, let Daddy Dom.
I've only watched that movie once, so I don't know how accurate that is. He got booed mercifully. Yes, he did. Yeah. Which, by the way, I was saying at home while I was watching this that Dom has to dig deep and get his inner Vicky voice out, because when they booed Vicky so viciously and all she did was say "excuse me" really loud, they all shut up after a while and they gave her the respect. So he has to like really put some bass in his voice. That's very accurate. I've seen the movie like 200 times. Damn.
I know you and mommy have had your differences. But I'd rather see anyone but her with that title.
His voice, yeah. His voice is like, why am I here?
To hear anything out of you, I would have tossed the coin in your begging bowl. First off,
That, you know.
I need your help. Okay, and I don't want you anywhere near my mat.
See, I knew that Liv was going to attack. And then all of a sudden, Dom is like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to touch anything. I'm not going to do anything. And then Rey Mysterio comes in, pushes his son, and just, separates the ladies. This was mad awkward and weird, but, I get it. And then here comes Dom to push his dad, which is not supposed to be funny. It's not supposed to be funny, but I was cracking up. And then you see Liv's face right there. Liv's face, that is crazy girlfriend vibes, okay? Or crazy stalker vibes, like that's the craziness. But I'm just loving this whole thing. Do I want, like, bro, you're gonna have me like, I don't know. Oh wait, you said that on the Twitch side of things? Yeah, okay. So I can't really, I think I could pin it, but yeah, I'm gonna agree that Liv definitely got, moist. Definitely did. Crazy stalkers are not okay, by the way. They are not. It's just that in wrestling, you could play it out in a safe way. And Liv just like going to the back and just following him. You used to have a crazy stalker. I mean, we all have one. Again, to reiterate, crazy stalkers are not okay. I also have a stalker on Twitter. And sometimes that person doesn't get the hint at all. So you were grounded for a summer, and that was one of the 3 movies you had to watch. Damn, dude. Ray is not beating the deadbeat allegations. I guess not, right? I guess not. I would have folded for Liv. Yeah, I think we all. What? Jesse. She was dry, let's be honest. Laugh out loud, it was a setup. We all know it was a setup, but do you see how happy she got? Like, you know, the dopamine was flowing through. Me, I was just hollering. I was like, oh my God, I know what this is. I know what's gonna happen. It's great. It really is. It's great all around. Do they have the other part to it? No, they don't. What else did I want to talk about on Raw? Oh yeah. So after, you know, we saw that little video, Liv does go to the back and really thank Dom and play up the whole nice girl thing and stuff, and then tries to give him a hug, and Dom is like, I'm not hugging. I'm not touching this, you know. It's so great. So great. Nah, she's still into it though. I know her type. She loves the thrill of the chase. Yeah. She really does. She loves the thrill of the chase, man. Like, Liv is doing some great work.
Stem bug spray is made with botanical extracts to kill the most common.
I can't do anything about these ads. Wait, does this have music? I don't know. I wanted to watch and talk about Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins, and then like Gunther comes out. First of all, let's just acknowledge that Damian Priest has the World Heavyweight Championship title, and I'm very proud of him. And I love the fact that he has the championship title, just because both me and him are Puerto Rican. So yay to that. Other than that, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to see Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins. I don't want to see something that, you know, I don't know, man. I still worry about Seth Rollins, and I hope that he's 100% cleared, because that was way too short for him to come back. Way too short of a time. Other than that, like, I want Damian Priest to start facing new people, like Damian Priest versus Gunther. Like, that would be very interesting to build up. Damian Priest versus Sheamus, or Damian Priest versus Braun Breaker. Seth is definitely going to lose. Probably. I mean, like, if Seth loses, that means he can't challenge for the title as long as Damian is around as champion. However, the other stipulation is that if Damian loses, he's out of the Judgment Day, which is very interesting. It's very, very interesting. I don't know. I can't do the in my gut versus like in my heart. Like, I just want Damian to remain as champion. I've been enjoying it. I just been enjoying what Damian has been doing, even though they're telling him to go out there and cut promos. And when he does press conferences after the show, there's like a different type of character that comes out. Liv and Finn are pushing Priest out of the Judgment Day slowly. Anyway, yeah. The little the little agreement that these two like shared and whatnot, yeah, the look that they gave, definitely. But I mean, I wanted to play the video, but then I'm like, it's Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest. If I'm gonna be honest, Seth Rollins is not needed right now. He isn't. He's not needed. And then now I'm debating if I should show the Wyatt 6 thing, just because it's a little fucking heavy. And we're having like such good vibes. But I will quickly talk about it, that like the therapy session that Bo Dallas had is amazing. And I think that therapy session vignettes for all the monsters involved in the Wyatt 6 should definitely continue for like next week and the week after that and the week after that. Nobody has to wrestle just yet. We could start doing that slow burn with the Wyatt 6. And I really do think that that therapy session with Bo Dallas was very needed, because it quieted all the idiots on the IWC on Twitter that was saying that they're using this as like a cash grab. You know, they're not really honoring Bo Dallas. I mean, not Bo Dallas. I'm sorry. They're not honoring Bray Wyatt. You know, all the shit that people say, because like I said earlier in this live stream, that the internet, it's so big, it's so vast. Anybody and everybody can say whatever the fuck they want, and there won't be consequences for it. And then eventually we're going to get to a point in, the United States of like pulling back some of that freedom, and whatnot. So listen, the IWC is always crying, man. Unfortunately, I'm on Twitter 24/7 seeing this shit. So, and this is just for like what I do, talking about it and whatnot. But yeah, that therapy session that Bo Dallas had put a lot of the idiots, they all went quiet, because, that's Bo's brother leaving Earth way too soon when both of them were going to do this together. You always want to do something together with like your sibling, your friend, your family member, somebody that you cherish and that you love. And then all of a sudden, they're here one day, gone the next, like they say. That's why I don't really want to play the video, because I don't want to bring down the stream. But just to put these into perspective, it hurts him a lot more than anything else, because that blood brother, closeness, family, all of that kind of shit, right? So like, it was great. It was great. Bo Dallas did an amazing job, and I am proud of him, because I've always supported the Bo Dallas character, even when he was doing the Bo Leave. Like, I really do love the whole Bo Leave thing. Like, that shit is amazing. Bo Dallas is amazing. Bray was amazing. The Wyatt 6 is amazing. The whole entire idea of having this level of, production wise to tell this story, so great. I felt his pain too, man. I was gonna be like, oh fucking shit, here we go. But it's therapeutic. Sometimes, people need this kind of outlet for that, But yeah, I just wanted to quickly mention that so that we could go back to watching other things and hearing me live react to the main event at Bloodsport. I think there might have been like maybe a couple other things I want to talk about Raw, but right, Bo Dallas was looking more like his brother. I was like, whoa, this is mad, like, whoa, yeah. Going back to the Judgment Day, though, I will agree that they are really trying their best to get out Priest, and that apparently when the Judgment Day started, Liv and Finn had a promo saying somebody needed to stop Judgment Day. I don't remember that, but that's a possibility. But yeah, going back to Judgment Day for a little bit. If Damian Priest gets pushed out, he gets pushed out. He could survive on his own, and maybe it'll give him another like evolution to his character. Yeah, I think that's it for Raw. Raw, like I said, was great, man. Was really, really great. We're finally gonna get the documentary for what do you call it? We're finally gonna get the documentary for WrestleMania, which I'm happy about. Finn's reaction when he got caught. Yeah, man. Great times, great times. Um, okay. So this is what we're gonna do. Hopefully, let me put this on mute for a second because I gotta find it. By the way, if you are watching live on YouTube, hit that like button. Hitting like buttons on people's live streams, it helps out the algorithm, I guess, and it helps everything else. So hit that like button, share it out, tell a friend, because it's about to get fun now. Which I should. No, I think I'll be okay. It's about to get fun. Okay, it's about to get fun. I don't know. We're gonna play it by ear, guys. So yeah, hit that follow button. Okay. First of all, I love you guys. Let me start out like that. Second of all, if you are here on the YouTube side of things, make sure to hit that follow button to never miss an update for anything, for any time that I go live or any new videos. Hit that like button as well, because hitting the like button helps me out. And share it out. Tell people that I'm live, because it's about to get fun. Let's just see how this fucking goes. Okay, guys? Help out Al Gore's rhythm. Sir, what are you talking about? what are you talking about? Okay. You know what? Maybe I should end up taking a quick break, because I haven't taken a break yet. I have not taken like a standing break or anything like that. So I will be right back. It's not going to take that long. I'll be right back. All right. Let's go. Oh, it said help the algorithm? I should end up trying to get elevator music. I don't know if Spotify has that. Outside is a 10 count, guys. Keep that in mind. All right, so let's see how this goes. Yeah, I know this royalty free playlist. I'm just very, very picky. That's all it is. I'm very picky. See, I hate that fucking shit. Oh my god. I, I I'm all for, like, if you want to give somebody the middle finger, I'm all for that. I really am. But does it need to be every single time? It defeats the purpose. If you are giving the middle finger every single time you're in the ring to try to prove you're a badass, like, I don't fucking get it. Like, the middle finger has, like, lost the purpose of what it's supposed to do. And that's like whether you're fighting or not fighting, or you're having an argument in real life. Like, it it makes no sense. Why do you have to give the middle finger to someone that clearly respects you? Like, why the fuck does the respect have to go out the window in a match that you're in? I understand that, like, you're supposed to try to figure out who's the best. I get that. I totally do. But at the same time, it's like, can you just have a match? Can you just, like, lock up? Can you try to fake them out with a fucking jab? Like, just go in there and go for the kill. Rather than, like, giving a middle finger. I swear, man, this motherfucker. This is so sad. Okay. Okay. Trying to lock. Josh trying to get some type of footing to throw him. Trying to throw him over. Trying to... Okay, he got him. So, am I still live on YouTube and Twitch right now? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I'm still live on YouTube and Twitch, because how do you lose grip on somebody when you could have locked in? I don't know if people can see this, but if you could, like, lock in on a front headlock, so that way when you have it, you can, like, take them down or something. I don't think Barnett was that slippery to lose it. Like, how do you lose it so early on? They're basically hugging. A hugging match? Listen, man, when you when you try to find a way to throw your opponent, that's all it was. But to open up with that, it's kind of weird, just because of, like, you're trying to throw somebody, use their body weight against them, and that would be like a judo throw, which they teach you how to do that. But yeah, man, out here flexing. You know, it's supposed to be a judo throw to use someone's, like, weight and momentum against them, but these are two big guys that they should have a firm grip, like, on the mat with their feet. So, like, opening up with that doesn't make any sense. If, like, somebody decided to run at the other person, you decide to throw them, sure. But, like, to start with it, All right, so he got out of that. Guys, I don't know why you're clapping. That was not skill right there. I'm just saying, it's not skill. Not yet. Ah, see? Okay. Wait, hold on. This is normally where I would ask for people to throw in subs or donos or whatnot, right? Because how do you, how? And I said that in my brain, I was like, I'm not gonna be harsh on it. I'm not gonna be harsh on it. And this is a blind reaction. This is a blind reaction because I did not watch it. This is the first time that I'm watching with everybody. And how do you slip up on the arm drag? But then again, this is supposed to be Bloodsport where it's MMA. Why are you trying to use an arm drag on somebody that's gonna be like, nope, fuck out of here with that? Like, how do you fuck up on an arm drag? However, I do want to go back to Josh over here doing something fantastic, which, you know, I want to talk about. This is going to be difficult because of there has to be a thing here. No. Okay, so is it this? Yeah, it's this. So Mox goes in for a kick, right? He's gonna go in for a kick right there. So I know you guys probably can't see it as well, but Jon Moxley goes for that kick, and then it doesn't really phase Barnett because Barnett is like, "Oh, this isn't gonna do anything," and then Barnett comes in with the punch to like the head. You leaving yourself exposed. Like, rule number one for like any kind of blood sport, rule number one for any kind of like blood sport kind of fighting, shoot fighting, boxing, MMA, basically not wrestling, they tell you to cover up. They tell you to make sure that you are in defense mode because it's like, bro, why the fuck are you trying to kick his inner calf? But Barnett is like not really phased by it. He's like, what you doing? And like does one of these punches to try to get you to come in, and he's bringing you into his space to try and flip you over or something. Like he's bringing you into his guard. Like how do you do that shit? Like oh God. Trust me, like I want the best for everybody, but if you're not trained in mixed martial arts and all you know is professional wrestling, wrestling may save you here, but you know, it's not happening. All right, no problem, Jesse. Appreciate you being here, man. It's been a long, long time. Again, glad everything is good and you're keeping busy, but thank you, man. Appreciate it. Oh my God. MD. Listen, I call it like I see it, man. Like, I didn't want to be this harsh. All right, see, we're back here again. He tries to do the arm drag. Like, bro, this isn't wrestling. Here comes Josh, very, very calm. Has him in a front guillotine. Wrapping the... Oh, you're... Oh, his... Okay. Why are you giving him your arm, sir? All right, so he goes over to the back. By the way, I learned that you never give your back to your opponent, but he could just get up and slam him here. I look away because this is dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. Okay. First of all, Barnett, you know, calm guy, calm MMA guy. Moxley is treating this as if like it's a joke, as if like it's wrestling. This is what I don't like. Like, he got up on his back, but he's fumbling around because Josh is like, yo, this ain't nothing. Like, I could just, get him off of my back. Like, how does he not have grip? When I say he, I mean Moxley. How does Moxley not have grip to stay on his back or to switch or whatnot? So he came down. Barnett caught Moxie's foot, and here's Moxley hopping on one leg and then giving him the double fingers again. Why are you doing that? Sir, you have to think about your next move. At that moment, like, fuck it, do like a fucking enziguri and like get some space and regroup. Even though I don't think doing a freaking enziguri like would have been wrong, but don't look like a fucking fool. God, he looks like a fucking fool doing, Bloodsport. The fucking fool. And again, I don't like using certain words and shit to describe this, but it looks like he's not taking it seriously. See, this is the thing. Barnett wants to make this into a serious thing. And he should. He should definitely make it into a serious thing because the previous matches had skill. The previous matches were like, okay, this is a fight. I'm getting hyped. And like, it's great. This is like child's play. And it's not on Barnett's fault. It's Moxie's fault. Like, again, how do you slip off of Barnett, give him the double birds again, the middle finger again, and then end up on your back? Like, he got your foot, man. Try to get out of that. Do an enziguri, get some space between him, rethink what you're gonna do, and like, go for a takedown. Go for something. Like, don't just stand there and think that it's a wrestling match. It's not. It's supposed to be a shoot fight, right? Like, that's what everyone on the internet is saying, that it's supposed to be a shoot fight, but God, man. Jon Moxley, you full anime villain. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I am going to, I don't know if I want to do something with this. So I'm going to copy that, right? And I'm going to put it in my notes, right? In my notes app. And I'm going to use it for sometime later because that's fucking great. I'm just going to leave it there. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this on the VOD, like, I don't mean to be this hard on Jon Moxley, but when you can tell that it looks fake while you have Barnett that's like, yo, I want to make this legit, it's not legit. And again, for anyone wondering about my background, like, I've watched UFC in the past. I like watching UFC and MMA fights. I just don't really do it so much, but I appreciate what they do for their own industry. And that is to put on like a real fight where they're punching the shit out of each other to see who's the best, who has the best conditioning, who, again, who's the best. This is like, the fuck are we looking at? Oh, see, he covered up them, but Barnett like missed it. If he would have hit it, that could have been like a knockout blow. All right, so we're at half guard right now. We're at half guard. Okay. Trying to trap the arm. Moxie over here thinks this is a fucking wrestling match. Do something. Oh my God. All right, so he got his grip. All right. Oh, full guard. Okay. Trying to buck him off. He did. He just let him up. What are we doing? What are we? Okay, see? Okay, I'll give Moxley praise for that one. He waited for an opening and he took it with confidence. So I'll give him that. He took it with confidence. To try to get this armbar in on Barnett, but you could tell that Barnett is completely calm. Completely calm, man. Moxie over here is trying to fidget around, trying to be like, oh, what do I do next? It's not a wrestling match, dude. You have to play dirty. You have to fight dirty. You have to like think on your feet. And this like exposes that he really can't. But because he decided to do that, found the opening, used his leg to get Barnett over and then tried applying this arm bar. Good job on that. Good job. MD. Oh, but see, okay. I'll give props to that too. That was a very nice transition to get out. But again, do not give Barnett your limbs. This guy knows what he's doing. Couple elbows, good. All right. We're getting somewhere. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay. What are we doing? That right there just proves to me that he can't think on his feet. He cannot do shoot fighting, because like why would you have the chokehold like that? It's not really a chokehold, but like why would you have the front chin lock like that, rest there for like 5 seconds, and then realize, oh shit, I have to get back up and into like half guard? Please, like, let me say something good further along. Oh my God. I swear. And you know, I understand that this is a game of chess, because any wrong move could knock you out. I totally get it. But this is just way too like clumsy, you know. Yeah, I know. If there's something good to say, don't force it. Like I know. But I just want something. Okay? I don't want people to think like all I do is shit on Mox. I really don't. Like, this is, man, I really don't want to. But it just happens. It just happens to be that way. All right, so now he's trying to go for the armbar. Everybody in MMA goes for the armbar. What else can we get from you, Mox? He finally gets it, but you see, that's the amount of experience Josh has. The amount of experience. And as soon as he felt his grip break, automatically change, automatically switch. Barnett's brain works very fast. Very, like, he improvises on the spot. Moxie really doesn't do that shit. Because, like, at that point, you know that I was gonna say, like, at that point, you know you fucked up, so you should switch too. You should try getting back up to, like, stand. Like, Moxie tries so hard to be a ground specialist when it comes to submissions and like takedowns and like chokeholds, but being on the ground is not his strong suit. Standing up, fist fighting, brawling, like, you know, everyone else in wrestling, that's his strong suit. His strong suit is not being on the ground and being a technician. The only way that could be his strong suit later on is if he actually takes fucking classes and learns. And not just do what he thinks that is appropriate, you know, what it means to be a ground specialist. Like, being on the ground is not his thing. He's more of the, I'm going to punch you in the face type of guy. You see this? Dude, do something. And There's no rope break, sir. Where are you going? Do something. Get out of the hold. He doesn't even have your leg anymore. Oh my God. You guys saw that, right? Like, Jon Moxley could have just lifted his leg at any time. He could have rolled out the ring, even though there is a 10 count outside of the ring. But Barnett was not holding his leg there. And yeah, you could probably make the argument that, like, the space in between Josh's thigh and stomach, you guys can't see, I'm not standing up, but I'm like, you know, pointing down to like my thigh and my stomach, because I get like very animated with this shit to like just tell you guys like he could have did this and this and this. But yeah, we can definitely say that, you know, the strength, the core strength of Barnett between like the thigh and the stomach, or the side of the stomach, I should say, you know, was holding Moxie's foot. But no, you had to pull it back to the middle of the ring. There's no ropes. There's no rules. So why the fuck are you making it like a wrestling match? He could have just lifted his leg somehow, get out, kick him before, you know, Barnett is like, oh shit, I gotta grab his leg back. Like, you gotta play dirty. I don't understand this. I'm supposed to believe that this is Bloodsport, where you're supposed to not only have skill, but also have like street smarts about like fighting and all this kind of shit. Where is that? And you saw that Jon Moxley was looking towards like, you know, looking for the rope. And it's like, oh my God, sir. You could have just fallen to the ground, get out of there, and like just stood outside for like 5 seconds and be like, all right, how am I going to go back in there? How am I going to plan my attack? You know, is he going to let me come in without like attacking me? Like, oh my God, but they're treating it like a wrestling match. It's not supposed to be a wrestling match, right? I swear. And then we're back to this. What are we doing? All right, he's back to a vertical base. But again, oh, all right, smart move. He kicked him in the head. Now he rolls and what do you... Sir, were you... Okay. I swear, man. This is not his thing. It's not. It's not his thing. What are you doing? What was this? What is this? What is he throwing? Oh my God, what are you doing, sir? I've never seen an MMA fight where it's like, hey. I promise you guys, I don't mean to, this is not scripted. This is not scripted at all. Please, someone take pity on me. I guess, I don't know, but what was that kick? Look at those strikes. Those strikes mean something from Barnett. Look at this. Look at that. Beautiful. And then again, Moxie giving him his arm like, sir, do something. That's going to be like the motto the whole entire time. Do something. Some elbows finally. Moxley is just stuck. Yo, if there was a coach on the ringside, I would have yelled, do something. Move your body, squirm. See, this right here is a good chokehold. Like, push that arm through. I feel like at this point it is... See, why did he let him go? All right, just to readjust it, have the legs around him, try to get the choke in. but he's able to get out of that one. Jesus, man. All right. Moving. There's nothing over there, sir. What are you trying to go for a crucifix? What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we looking like a pretzel? Okay, see? This is a stretch. This is a very good stretch right here that can incapacitate your opponent. Why is Moxley breaking out of like all the shit? But all right, you go over. We go into half guard now. You go into half guard. Barnett is thinking through. He's having it work through his head. Moxley has full guard, but Barnett over here has Moxley's arm. This could be devastating at one point, but Barnett knows what he's doing. He's mad calm. Why are you leaving full guard? Okay. Now I'm just trying to think about this position right here because Moxley had full guard, which means that he could have did something to where he could rain down elbows and fists to Barnett. This whole entire time, Barnett has had the upper hand, and Barnett knows what he's doing. So Moxley could have gotten the advantage by staying on full guard, right? And basically trying some way to break through Barnett's guard underneath him with some fists and some elbows. Because in the Blackpool Combat Club, Moxley is so comfortable with raining down elbows, raining down punches. But here in Bloodsport, it's like he forgot that he does that shit in Blackpool Combat Club, and over here it looks like a fucking wrestling match. Like a North American pro wrestling match where you can see the stuff that's happening and like them getting up, them releasing chokeholds and stuff like that. In a real sport, that wouldn't happen. Like in the previous matches, those guys were fucking serious about like doing the MMA stuff, and they really knocked out their opponents in like less time than this. And I understand this is a main event and you're supposed to like make it, last, and you're supposed to, make it entertaining, but shit, this is sad. This is sad. I've never seen like an MMA style fight like this where I'm constantly complaining about it, or what it seems like I'm complaining about it. But again, Moxie had him in full guard. This was his chance to create some urgency, to create some blood sport by raining down fists and elbows and trying to break Barnett's guard at that moment. But no, what does he do? He goes over and tries applying this choke. This choke is not, it's not beneficial. Like, it's not really a choke. You have, I mean, at some point, it probably could be lethal and dangerous, but the way that Barnett has himself covered, he's good. He's golden. And Barnett is always getting out. See, finally we got some elbows. You couldn't do that before in the full guard? And now we're going to go into a crucifix and then over. Okay. All right. See, Barnett got control of the head and the wrist, which is a good thing. Barnett is not bothered. He's using the tape rather. Finally, Mox covers up, man, because he hasn't been covering up the whole time. And again, you give up your arm. Like, I know people might think that like it's hypocritical of me to be like, oh, Mox has to cover up and defend himself, but the moment that happens, Barnett switches up because Barnett is a smart guy. He's a smart MMA guy. And then to grab Moxie's arm again, you know, and for Mox to say, "I'm not giving up," like, I mean, I mean, Moxley is breathing hard, by the way. Barnett is not. Barnett is like so calm. And you see this? The dominance of Barnett. Barnett pushing down on Moxley's head. That's a good way to disorient him. Still grabbing onto the arm, flips through. But you see, Barnett is there. Barnett is playing chess while Moxley over here is playing checkers. Oh my God, sir. You're trying to grab his arm to do the triangle choke? Sir. That looked bad. That looked bad. Mox, why are you selling so hard? He just kicked you out. Beautiful. Stay down, man. This is not a wrestling match. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. That tough guy act. Like, sir. And see, Moxley needs time to breathe. And that's what you would do in a wrestling match. But this is a Bloodsport match where it should be determined in the ring. And now the strategy here, that looked weak. That looked weak. That jumping tackle looked weak. And now both of them are on the outside. Oh, that's interesting and dangerous. He's the Biff from Back to the Future. Yeah, I think so, man. I'm gonna have to agree. And then Moxie going, oh my God, sir. This is not Moxie's type of match, man. This exposes Moxie so much. You're backing away from your opponent. Your opponent comes and kicks you and slides down and automatically in a half guard, taking your arm again to try to do a Kimura lock. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, people need to realize that Moxley is not that guy. Moxley is getting exposed so bad. And it's like, I don't even know if he understands what he got himself into. That's not a good idea to hold on to that thing, man. That thing can destroy your finger. Like, sir, there's no rope breaks. Oh my God. Oh my God. What are you doing? I swear. And now Barnett has to sell the leg. And Moxie's acting like this is wrestling. All right, so a kick. Sir, it was a tap. Why are you like over exaggerating it? They are treating this like a wrestling match because Moxley cannot do MMA. This match would have been over before anything else. We would have not gotten back to Moxley's second win, which, by the way, in professional wrestling, every wrestler has their second win. This is Moxley's second win because the first half of this match was dominated by Barnett. Now that Moxley has an advantage, where I'm like, you know, he should have took the advantage ahead of time while being on the full guard of Barnett before. Now that he decided to do something that's wrestling related, now he has a second wind, meaning that Mox is going to dominate and look like he knows what he's doing when he doesn't know what he's doing. He needs to be part of a UFC MMA training camp, so that way it could look legitimate. How many times in a match can you go after somebody's leg and trying to look like an expert in doing like an ankle lock or trying to hold it, but you're holding it a wrestling style and you're treating it like a wrestling style? Like, how many times can you see that during a match? When we saw UFC and all the UFC pay-per-views, these guys go blow for blow for blow, and I think that's what's missing in this match, is going blow for blow for blow with punches and kicks and elbow strikes, and when they get down to the ground, like, make it seem urgent, make it seem like, you know, there's some life to this. So now this is a fucking wrestling match. And by the way, I do know that maybe some people might tell me that, oh, that's what Bloodsport is a combination and blah, 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 and I shouldn't take it so serious, but like, you want something to be legitimate, right? You want something to be proud of. When something is taken serious, you talk about it in a very proud manner because you're like, you did that or I did that, and you're proud of it because you want it to be real. You want people to take you seriously, because if not, you're not making money, you're not selling tickets, you won't be back there ever again. So make it look legit, make it look serious. By now, this match should have fucking ended, but no, it's a wrestling match. And by the way, I think that's the wrong leg that he hurt over there on the post. Barnett again is calm, which is a good thing. Here comes Barnett again with the advantage. That is a wrestling choke. He got his hands on the there so that he's not like choked out. Oh my god, see, this is why it doesn't. You are making it easier for him. Here comes Mox. Mox is gonna do that whole shit of like, I'm gonna pretend to fall out in a way. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not. No, we're gonna bring it to a standing. All right, so we got a brain buster. And I know this is supposed to be like a combination of wrestling and MMA, but shit, man. Oh my god, sir, can you sell it a little bit more, even though in an MMA Bloodsport kind of deal, like, you gotta go blow for blow for blow. That's pretty smart to do, but I will give him that. That's pretty smart. Right? If I wanted MMA, I watch MMA. But Barnett over here is not giving up on his on the ankle though. Hey, thanks for following, Naomi. And then we're back to this again. You had something, Mox. Please don't tell me he's gonna turn it over into like the sharpshooter. All right, so he let his foot go. Oh my God. And this is when the giant swing happens, right? Naomi, how's it going? And then see, he all right, does he bleed here? Does he bleed? Oh, I think he's gonna bleed because the camera is on Barnett. Oh my God, sir, are you gonna bleed? Why are you bleeding? Why are we, why? 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 And then the cameraman caught it. You can't tell me that, like, he's the best wrestler out there, because he's not. The giant swing happens, right? His rib section hits the ring post, goes down, and you're gonna go cut yourself open? Where did Barnett throw you into the ring post to get you busted open? Where? You were on a giant swing. Your ribs hit the ring post. It would have been a lot more believable if you started puking blood. It would have been a lot more believable, because when you have internal injuries where your ribs are at, where like your lungs are at, you know, really bodily organs that are important, and something happens, you would be spitting out blood. But no, this guy wants to go and under the ring, and the cameraman exposes everything and takes some blood and put it there. And it's like, you guys need to stop glorifying this. You guys, when I say you guys, I mean Moxley fans, the ones that are online and making fluff because it doesn't make sense. He did a giant swing. This main event, obviously. Oh my God, let me calm down for a bit, because that's fucking stupid. This main event does not put legitimacy on Bloodsport, right? Because again, the rest of the matches, the previous matches, were legit Bloodsport type of matches. But here comes Jon Moxley, who doesn't know how to do MMA and shoot fighting, but wants to manipulate all of his fans and everyone else around the world that he can do it, which he can't, but he has to turn it into a wrestling match, and there has to be blood. There were no elbows thrown. There were no punches thrown. You guys know that when you watch boxing, when you watch an MMA fight, when you watch UFC, and if someone throws a punch and it lands, there is a chance that you might bleed, because it's gonna rupture the skin. If you throw an elbow and you do the point of the elbow to somebody, it might split open and the blood will come out, and that's real. But you're gonna get busted open over a fucking giant swing? I swear, man. Like, and then, like, no matter what I say, no matter what other people say, Jon Moxley still wants to do what Jon Moxley does. And the fact that he wants to keep bleeding, the fact that he thinks that it's gonna look great in all these matches that he has and in Bloodsport stuff, it's not. It's gonna water down his career. It's already been watering down his career. And it doesn't add anything. It doesn't add any emotion. It just makes you look like an idiot, because that's not how bleeding works if you want Bloodsport to be real and to be legitimate. You will not bleed from your head if your ribs got thrown into the ring post. That's not how that works. How much longer is this match? This is so stupid, man. And then here comes Barnett with like punches to make it look like I'm gonna make him bleed more, when these are the first legitimate punches and elbows during this whole match. and then headbutts. But luckily Moxie is covering up. But it still remains that it's fucking stupid. And then now we have like a fucking chin lock. Here comes Moxley. This is what I also fucking hate. If you are bleeding, right? If you are bleeding, right? Whether it's fake, whether it's not fake, and this goes for all the wrestlers out there. I really don't need these because they're talking in Japanese, and I'm not having the commentary play on there because I'm providing my own commentary on this. But if you are bleeding, you would not have any wherewithal of your surroundings. You will be dizzy. You will be like, oh shit, what the fuck am I doing? So you would not have the idea to spin this guy on his back. He wouldn't. Why is Moxley moving so fast? Why does he have this guy? You know what? I shouldn't say this guy. I apologize. It's Barnett. How is Moxley moving this fast with a supposed cut on his head that he got from the giant swing and the pole when the pole did not hit his head but hit his ribs, and then all of a sudden is able to get Barnett on his back in a very quick motion to get him in a Kimura lock? I swear, man. Like, I love what I do. I really, really do. I love what I do. But shit, man. It makes no sense. And again, Moxley going back to the armbar. Moxley does not know MMA. Dear Moxley fans, he does not know MMA. You're totally right, MD, that Jon Moxley insults not only your intelligence, but everyone's intelligence that has, brain cells way too much. Because right now, like, he's supposed to be weak. They should have stopped the match already. He's bleeding, right? Like, a referee is supposed to stop the match. If this was Herb Dean from the UFC, he would have stopped the match. This is why this does not give legitimacy. It doesn't make it legit. It really doesn't. It's a fucking it's a wrestling match. And I'm only like this frustrated because nothing changes. There's nothing exciting in this match. Moxley bleeding the wrong way. Moxley somehow having more energy as he's bleeding. Moxley still trying to go after the arm and doing the arm bar when he doesn't know anything else in MMA. And Barnett like exposing the shit out of him. Here we go with the elbows finally. They booked this like a wrestling match where you have your highs and your lows. The first part of this was Barnett taking advantage. The second part of this is Moxley's second win of him fucking bleeding. The third part of this is like, let's do wrestling shit. When it's supposed to be a shoot fight style. And if you're able to do wrestling moves in it, you can, but it's not going to be beneficial. See, right here Moxley's bleeding so much. Why is the referee not stopping this? Why? Why is the referee not stopping this? Oh my God, sir. Why? And here we go. We're going into a chicken wing submission. But then now a front chin lock, right? Oh my God, Moxley, please stop it with the middle fingers. Please stop it with the middle fingers. Now Barnett is hitting his back. That's gonna make it harder for him to breathe. And then now we're going for a wrestling move into a pop. So you're telling me that Moxley had enough energy to punch Barnett in the head. I'm happy that Barnett decided to do the powerbomb. I am. I'm super happy that he decided to do the powerbomb. But The referee has yet to stop this match with all that blood. MMA rules, right? If the blood gets into the eyes of Moxley, like nobody at ringside is going up to Moxley with a towel to wipe it off. Somebody should have fucking did it. But the referee is not stopping this. Can we get Herb Dean to be the referee for the next Bloodsport? And if this happens, it would have been a stoppage. It would have been a fucking stoppage. They have been going on for too long, and like this should have ended way too long ago. Like it should have ended. And now Moxley moxing up and shit like that, trying to get energy. Like, bro, cut it out. See, he's wiping the blood from his face. Any referee would have been like, nah, that's it, man. That's it. A moment of silence. A moment of silence. So you're telling me that the only time to make a match fun and great is whenever he bleeds, whether it's fake blood, real blood. Like this could not have happened in like the first 10 to 15 minutes of this match. This is why it's a wrestling match and it favors Jon Moxley, because again, Moxley doesn't know MMA. He knows the basics. And that's what people who don't know about sports, they'll be like, oh my God, he's so great. But he knows the basics. And you're telling me that he has enough energy to do a running knee, to do some body shots, and I guess it's gonna be a fucking suplex? How much time do we have left? Are we almost there? And I'm probably gonna say it now and again. I do not. Yeah, I mean, like I haven't watched this at all, but I think that Moxley wins, right? Like, of course Moxley wins. Why wouldn't he? Because he's fucking Superman at this point. Like, nothing makes fucking sense. Yeah, see, a fucking suplex, a German suplex. And now Barnett has no energy. Going back to a triangle choke. This is all he knows. Some elbows. Oh my God. Now we get elbows. We didn't get elbows like, ahead of time. Like shit. Barnett going back to the leg. This is stupid. Why would you? Hold on. Hold on. Barnett has been the most smartest guy in this whole match. Barnett is not even bleeding. And he runs into a knee, like slides into a knee. Oh my God. It's a fixed wrestling match. It is a fixed wrestling match, and it is super annoying that this is fixed. Super annoying. Because it's not legitimate, and it's supposed to be legitimate. All the things that I hear about Bloodsport and how people enjoy it, how people like it, this doesn't make it legitimate. The other matches make it legitimate. Are you serious? You use your dirty deeds, your finisher. You use your finisher. Use the finisher. I swear, man. When can we make it a legit sport? A legit match? Why the fuck are you using your finisher? I can I could suspend my disbelief, I guess. I don't know if I really want to use that phrase, but like, if this was supposed to be like an octagon style match, a underground match, a fist fight of a match, a shoot fight of a wrestling match. No, sorry. No. Just a shoot fight. I can accept somebody doing a German suplex to somebody. I can accept someone doing a giant swing, even though, like, you know, that's like maybe 2% of me accepting that. But to do your finisher, this isn't a wrestling match. This whole entire thing has the story of a wrestling match built into it when it's supposed to be a fight, a pound for pound fight, not a wrestling match disguised as a pound for pound fight. It's supposed to be punches, kicks, dirtiness. Like, I don't know how many times I have to say it. I don't know how many times I have to say it. And here he goes, moxing up again, like hawking up, like moxing up again, like shit. Please end already. Please end, because it's ridiculous. We're going into a fireman's carry, right? Come on. Moxley, you're bleeding. Are you serious? See, the double stomp all out. See, now Moxley wants to do ground and pound. And they stop it now? I swear, that was a bullshit win. Moxley got himself a bullshit win. First of all, Moxley was bleeding ahead of time. The referee should have stopped it because he was bleeding. Such a bullshit of a win. Okay, that's it. That was fucking bullshit. Bullshit of a win. It makes absolutely no sense at all. No sense. But this is to have Moxley win, to try to make him legitimate, to try to make him, you know, because he's the IWGP champion, not my champion. And New Japan doesn't realize the stupid shit that they got in bed with. They don't realize it. And I will be outspoken until something changes, because how do you have someone like this to represent your company and it looks really bad? There's a lot of exposure there. If you don't know how to compete in MMA, then don't do it. It's okay. Unless like you learn how to do it by going through the various camps and the training seminars and all that kind of stuff, then you can like try doing an MMA route. But Bloodsport makes it a safe way for wrestlers to come on in and do Bloodsport when they don't have the MMA training. The other matches before this one were way better and it felt legit. This was a regular wrestling match disguised as an MMA match. And it was just so bad, man. Again, I do not like to constantly have to either repeat myself or say the same things over and over again, or, you know, point out things that should be easily fixed. And to easily fix it, you would go to a training camp, an MMA training camp, and, you know, learn how to do MMA before stepping into a ring and an event called Bloodsport to show off what you got to do. Like, the previous matches were great. This was like a what the fuck. And then Jon Moxley's promo at the end, it's like, do not give Jon Moxley a microphone when he's bleeding, because this guy doesn't know what he's saying. This is the same guy that advocated for having safer protocols when it comes to concussions and wrestling matches. But in his promo, he's like, this is what it's all about, just concussions. Sir, you just said we need better protocols for wrestlers that get concussions during matches that happen in a blink of an eye. And then you're like, yeah, just concussions. What? Sir, And Bloodsport is not about trying to break someone's bones, trying to break this and break that. It's about having the skill to tap out the opponent, having the skill to get a TKO, having the skill to get a knockout, having the skill to make them tap out. You know, it's all of that. It's not about trying to be a masochist and trying to be a force, you know? It's not any of that. Or trying to be like the most dominant person there. This is why like I can't get behind this, and this is why Jon Moxley will never be my IWGP champion until he changes, until he does all of that. Also, the other concerning thing too is that Renee Young had put up a picture on social media that Jon Moxley threw his phone into a bonfire. What? What do you mean he threw his phone into a bonfire, knowing he needs his phone? I understand he says that social media is bad and we shouldn't have social media and like throw it all away and like delete all the apps, and I totally get it. But to throw your phone in a bonfire, that's a red flag for me, and that's a concern for me. So yeah, that was my review of the main event. It was worse than I thought. Worse than I thought, man. Um, as always, you guys can comment down below on the VOD. We'll talk about it. I'll be chatting with you guys on the VOD if you want to leave a message. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for me. And that was a really bad main event. Really bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I really want to thank MD for being here and hanging out with me. Love you, man. Thanks for bringing in the laughs and everything like that. To Jesse, thanks, Jesse, for stopping by, man. It's great to see you in chat. Other than that, make sure to follow me on youtube.com/Square Circle Podcast. Hit that follow button, hit that like button right here on the live stream if you're still here. Share it out. And then, yeah, chat with me in the VOD and we'll talk it out. If you don't like what I had to say about this, then you can let me know. But be nice about it and be civil, I should say. Be civil. Over on the Twitch side of things, thank you for being there. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Marie_shadows. And then also follow me everywhere. Campsite.bio/Marie Shadows. And then sign up to my wrestling newsletter, marieshadows.substack.com. And just to let you guys know, on Thursday, I will be posting a community post right after this. But Thursday, we're going to be talking about Forbidden Door. So if you want to be a part of that conversation, come on through. We're going to be talking about the matches and just what I can understand. So if you are an AEW fan, come on through so that way you can tell me about these so-called stories and I could get my opinion on it. And, we could go through it and try to understand how it's not really going to be a Forbidden Door this time around. But that's Thursday. Hopefully we'll be live Thursday. But anyway, make sure to follow me here on YouTube because it will be posted in the community tab. So don't forget about that, including any type of polls and anything like that. Other than that, I love you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this full live stream of me talking about WWE and then also going over the main events. And on Thursday, I will see you guys then. So be there, tell a friend. And again, thanks to MD and Jesse for stopping by. And thanks to Naomi for following me over on the Twitter side of things. So